Good evening, everybody. I was just waiting if Roland would do it. As you can see, Raul is not feeling well today, so it is I to take over the main duty of hosting here, even though I'm on the wrong side, but that's fine. Raul can stay over there. No, you can stay over there. You God damn it. No, put me back over there. That's my good side. Thank you. Anyways, welcome everybody to the Nerdcore podcast. We are here on number 652 to review Glenngary Glen Ross. I am your humble co-host, Brad, aka Young Yoda, and with me today is our host, Raul.
What's up?
Raul, the nerdy Chicano, who
What's up?
looks like death, sounds like death, might be dying, but
I
the show
hope
must
not.
go on. That was a burp.
Yeah, it was.
But he is overjoyed that we got what we wanted, and that was Cody Rhodes.
Yep. Welcome everyone. Live and early for our patrons over at patreon.com/nerdcore.
That means you, Stacey.
At the $1 tier, you get this episode live and early before anybody else gets to watch it. And today I woke up very sick and was not having fun. I've got about an hour and 30 until I gotta take my NyQuil and it's off to bed. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know what the hell happened. Nobody at work was sick. No, I guess I caught it on the bus or something. But
Yeah, it's going around.
yeah, yeah,
If it ain't COVID, it's bronchitis, it's the flu, it's everything this winter.
yeah. I can't afford a test, so we'll see how this how long this lasts. So
Let's
Brad, how
hope
are
he
you doing today?
let's hope he heals quickly, everybody. Raul, I am doing all right today. It's freaking cold and windy again. Like,
I can hear it.
yeah, I need to soundproof this room somehow, but I have no idea how to do that. So we are stuck with the wind.
Yup. How was work today?
Wasn't bad. Multiple meetings, usually how it goes, but wasn't bad. I'd say. I think went pretty well for the most part.
Damn straight, damn straight. Uh, Very happy to know that Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes is gonna happen. So
Yes.
that's great.
So WWE, everybody said it was a swerve. I think it was definitely a swerve, but
I don't think it was
not
a swerve.
not
I think
but not from the beginning.
no.
I think they swerved with the reaction they
They
received.
pivoted. I think they
They pivoted.
pivoted
The
because
pivoted. Yes,
yeah,
that's the correct term, I guess.
yeah. I think they pivoted because they realized that people are not happy
No,
because
and
yeah,
but now we have heel rock,
yeah,
which is good. That's fine. I'm good with heel rock.
yeah. Oh, three. It's 2003 all over again.
I did like the comment though. He already lost when he was showing his PowerPoint presentation of his family tree.
Thought that was pretty
It
funny
was
too.
done. It was done.
That guy thought he was at an investor meeting.
I mean, we're getting corporate heel rock, so that's something.
Yup. Today we're doing ourselves we're doing our Thursday. We're live on Thursday, but this is going to go up for the public on Saturday. It's our extra review. We're doing Glenngary Glen Ross,
Glenngary Glen Ross.
Yup,
It's
Glenngary
a
Glen
tongue
Ross.
twister. I mean,
Yeah. I also found out today that we don't have Peacock. I don't have Peacock anymore. So I was able to watch this because I watched like ads, but
am I allowed to share that? Can I share that?
what?
My Peacock? Because I have a Peacock subscription.
Oh yeah, you can throw it at me.
All right, I'll send it.
I had a free year because of Spectrum.
Yeah, that ain't no problem.
Yeah.
So I will get that over to you, unless they, of course, like everyone else, is kicking everybody off. So till
Yeah.
then, we shall share.
Cause, yeah, because I don't know how I'll watch WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Um,
So I
but
got you.
yeah, excited to do this one, Brad. So I think we should
He
get it.
doesn't look or sound it, but that's not because of the movie. I will tell you that.
No. Um, my throat just hurts. What's it called? It doesn't hurt. It's just like swollen.
Yeah, that's. It sound like you kind of a head cold. You might have COVID, bro. That's my symptoms right there.
No, I don't think so because my body doesn't hurt anymore.
Oh, well, that's good.
Or-
Okay,
But
but I guess we should just get into it, right?
yeah, Brad. Go
The
ahead.
1992 film, so we do have to put a spoiler warning out there.
Yep. So go ahead and say it, Brad.
So for anyone who has seen this movie and wants to stay, go ahead. But for everyone else, if you don't want to get spoiled, um, get the fuck out. And we'll be setting up the review in five, four, three, two, one. One. There we go. Thank you. All right. Coming from our source, Wikipedia, Glenngary Glen Ross is a 1992 American drama film directed by James Foley and written by David Mamet. Based on his 1984 Pulitzer Prize winning play of the same name. I did not know this was a play before. The film depicts 2 days in the lives of four real estate salesmen and their increasing desperation when the corporate office sends a motivational trainer to threaten them that all but the top two salesmen will be fired within 1 week. Like the play, the film is notorious for its use of profanity, leading the cast to refer to the film jokingly as Death of a Fucking Salesman. The title of the film comes from the names of two of the real estate developments being peddled by the salesman characters, Glengarry Highlands and Glen Ross Farms. The film was critically acclaimed and is widely considered one of the best films of the 1990s. The world premiere was held at the 49th Venice Film Festival, where Jack Lemmon was awarded the Volpe Cup for Best Actor. Al Pacino was nominated for an Academy Award and a Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor, yet the film was a box office failure for grossing 10.7 million in North America against a 12.5 million budget. It has since become a cult classic. So it was directed by James Foley, screenplay David Mamet, and I'm going to go through starring because it didn't name all the names. Starring Al Pacino, Jack Lemmon, Alec Baldwin, Ed Harris, Alan Arkin, Kevin Spacey, Jonathan Price. Cinematography: Juan Ruiz Anchia. Music edited by Howard Smith. Music by James Newton Howard. And yeah, running time of 100 minutes. Budget 12.5 million. Box office 10.7 million.
Good job, Brad.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank you. I
Um. So, Brad, what are your initial thoughts on Glengarry Glen
am
Ross?
so okay. So I want to start this off with I'd never seen this movie before.
Me
I had
neither.
seen this one clip, and it's the clip I showed Raul, and it's basically of Alec Baldwin and his motivational speech.
Before you
Motivational.
got
It's
charged.
more of a threat that I'm going to fire you if you don't fucking sell more shit. That's what that was. So I'd always been interested in this movie for like a long time and just never bothered to watch it. And I always heard good things about it. And so just from the first watch, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised at how good this movie is. It is a very fast paced movie. It went quick. I was like I when it ended, I was surprised it ended. I'm like it just that wow, oh wow, I didn't think it was just going to end like that. But standouts for me, Jack Lemmon, Ed Harris, but my favorite was Pacino. Like I got to give it to Pacino. He brought the fucking A game in this. Um, Kevin Spacey. I don't want to give any credit to Kevin Spacey just because of who Kevin Spacey is, but yeah, he did his role in this movie. But yeah, again, Pacino. It's kind of a one room setting. Again, one of those movies. So not a lot you have to do outside that, but I like the dialogue. I like the fast paced pace of it, and I think it might have needed. This is one of those I wish it went a little longer, just because I was enjoying it so much. Um, but that's what you get sometimes with movies.
Um, it's a damn disservice that I watched this while I was sick. So this felt like it was going forever for me. But that is not on the film. Uh, Great
The world was
performances.
the world was moving slow in Nyquil.
Yeah, performances were great. I specifically really like Pacino. I think that he's great in this movie.
Yeah,
Um, I think the screenplay is fantastic. I think the script is really good. I really like the dialogue. I like the especially the blocking here. Especially the way that like some of the shots like are following people as like they're literally from the perspective of the last person that was looking at them. I think that was like really good blocking, and I really like that. But um, I just to me it felt like it was going forever, man. I was like, oh my god, like
I think
what
you'll
is
have
this?
to rewatch when you're not sick.
That's probably a really good idea, Brad. Yeah,
Because total opposite on that. I thought this was one of the quickest movies I think I ever watched.
yeah. I felt like it was going forever, and I also felt like I as great as this movie is, I don't think I ever cared about any of these characters. Like,
That was another thing. It's like, and I think had the movie been maybe because it was what hour 44 or
yeah,
hour 30 or something. If it had been 2 hours, I think you could have done a little more background on some of these characters and
yeah,
made
because
us
I
care
don't,
a little more. Because they were trying to do that with some of the characters because you had the one on the phone call and it sounded like someone was in the hospital, but
yeah,
they didn't really stick onto it long enough where it's like I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't really care because you guys are just yelling at each other. So
yeah.
that's more fun for me right now.
For a
Um,
movie that has like a lot of meat on it in its script, like there's not a lot for me to hold on to here. There's not a lot for me to like actually say that I feel like emotionally feels very substantial.
mhm.
I don't think there's like emotionally something that's pulling this movie together. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, I think it's great dialogue. I think
Yeah,
this is like
I
written
think it.
fantastically.
I think
Um,
it's kind of like if Reservoir Dogs didn't have the action it had in it. I think it would have been kind of like that with that dialogue holding most of that movie up. That's what it kind of is. There's not a lot of like action going on in this movie. There's some tension build up, but there's not like gun shootouts or anything like in a Tarantino film. It's that dialogue just there holding it up. Bless you, by the way.
Thanks, Brad. Uh, I should have probably had my tissues on me. Um, but you're right. I think it's like it's a lot of flash and a lot of like what's it called a style, but not a lot of substance for me. I never felt like any of these characters were like really speaking outside of the screen. Like they never felt like they were like anything more than what we were seeing on the screen. And I
But
feel like
maybe, but they're basically hustle men.
yeah,
They're salesmen. So that could have been part of the play and part of the screenplay is maybe we're not supposed to want
yeah,
to like them because they are kind of they're assholes. I
true,
mean, they're assholes to each other. They're trying to con a bunch of people. I really enjoy watching Pacino do it because they were all like, how can he do it? He's just getting lucky. And then they show him actually because he's like not in a third of the movie, Pacino. And when we first introduce him, he's just having a drink with a guy, and we don't even realize this guy's a client until he like sells him at the very end of his whole spiel, and we're just like, wow, that that's why Pacino's fucking like got 90 grand on the board because he's fucking good. You guys all suck.
yep, yep. But there's a lot of humor to this movie too. I thought it was pretty. There was some parts that were pretty funny. I love how um, there what's it called? It really does feel like you're inside of a fucking office, dude. Like what's
I,
it called? It's like it's completely salesman culture.
oh yeah, especially in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
I just love when they tell Kevin Spacey off like the whole fucking
yeah,
movie, and they just call him like a piece of shit, and like has he even fucking sold anything, and just go off on him, and it's some of the best parts of the movie.
yeah. I also feel like I also feel like what's it called? Oh my head. My eyes, not my head. I feel like the movie didn't know where it wanted to end, and
It kind of just chose a spot.
yeah, and I think that like adding a little bit more there would have helped it out a lot.
Yeah,
Um, it's just, and I don't know. I've never read the play, so maybe like this is really all there is to the film, the play.
I mean,
I was like,
and I mean, it's possible. I mean, I think I think I agree with you. A little longer, and you could have got a little more background on some of these characters. Because the Jack Lemmon character, like, he's an older guy who's been in this business long, and he's basically down on his luck in a way, and they're not giving him any leads, any good leads that he can actually sell shit. and so it's kind of showing that he's basically done. Like
Yeah,
this is it is the death it's the death of a fucking salesman, as they said. And I really enjoyed watching Jack Lemmon just play this
yeah,
character, and I enjoyed the 10 minutes Alec Baldwin was actually on screen. I think this was just a great showcase of Alec Baldwin. Like, I don't even think this was acting. I think it was just Alec Baldwin being a dick.
yeah. I think that was just Alec Baldwin just being a dick. They're like, "Hey, man, we're
Yeah,
gonna have you in this movie for just a little bit. Can you just be an asshole?"
just be yourself. Yeah, roll with it.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
turn the camera on.
yeah. I thought I thought that like the costume. I mean, not the costume. Sorry, the sets were pretty good too. I think they literally get the vibe of an office in New York.
Yeah, the
Um,
the lighting at the bar and in the office,
the
especially at
phone
night.
booth,
Yeah.
the
The
phone.
rain scene with the car.
Yeah,
That was good.
yeah. It goes to show just how much can be done with films like this, where it's like interior and like offices. People kind of think like, oh, what's so interesting about shooting an office or shooting like a bar, like something like that. And they're like, oh well, you can play a lot with different lights in this.
I love the one scene movies just because you can't use scenery to hide anything. It's really dependent on your story, your dialogue, and your actors or actresses, what they're bringing. And I think like they did really well in this small confined space to all of them and bringing their A game. I mean, I love like Jack Lemmon on the screen. Freaking Ed Harris was great, and
Yeah,
then
it's kind of
Pacino.
fucking what's it called? Stacked cast.
Yeah, it's really weird how much of like you said a stat cast this is. Um, but again, I think it's Pacino steals the show. He absolutely just freaking thrives in this movie, and I love just his overall energy and what he fucking brings to this.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely one of those like underrated Pacino performances. Not a lot of people talk about this performance.
Yeah, because there you always hear this. It's always the Alec Baldwin scene. It's
Yeah,
always that, which Pacino is not in there. He's out fucking around somewhere at the bar.
yeah,
But they always show you the Alec Baldwin scene, which caught my attention. And Ed Harris is in that, Jack Lemmon's in that, and all that. But like, there's so much more of this movie than just that one scene. I'm surprised they don't show like what Pacino does more with this movie, because I think that would get a lot more people interested in watching this too if they haven't already.
yeah, yeah. Uh, anything else, Brad?
I mean, music wise, I think it worked for the movie, but it wasn't really there. I didn't
Nothing
really notice it.
outstanding.
Yeah,
Nothing that I could say like, oh, it was really like stood out to me.
nothing really helped with the scenes or anything in my mind. I mean, I guess it worked in a way, but the music didn't. I don't know if it wasn't a necessary part for the most part. I don't think, and that's why they didn't use it. But maybe there could have been some scenes in there where it could have hit more of an emotional string and made us feel more for these characters than it did. And you didn't really get that for this. I mean, they're kind of con salesmen, and you know, it's fun watching them bicker and argue. But again, that's kind of a they're shallow characters to say it. It's just they had really great actors playing it.
Damn straight, damn straight. And you really just feel how what's it called? You know how scummy some of these guys are, and that's why I'm telling you. Like, I don't. Maybe that is the point. That maybe you have a point. Maybe you're not supposed to root for these guys.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Um. Oh my
Which
god.
which I mean I think Morris Peros I kind of ran into the same thing is like,
Yeah.
oh, there's no one to root for in this fucking film. And I
Yeah.
think if I go watch it now after years now we've been watching these movies, I can be like, there's some movies you don't need the hero
Yeah.
to root for. They're just good movies.
Just good movies. Some people are just shit.
Some people are just shit, and they need to be shown that they're shit on
Yeah.
screen, and so hopefully people don't become
I
shit
think
salesmen.
I think I root for the dad. Morris Pedals. The what's it called? The one who ends up like changing his life around, and he leaves his hitman job and stuff.
Okay,
Um.
I can see that.
Yeah. But
I need to it's been years, so I
Yeah.
probably need to rewatch that and get another idea
Yeah.
after having a little more background on movies and such.
Yeah. Maybe it was a mistake introducing that one in the first year.
Maybe
Yeah. But
I wasn't prepared for it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and give fuck me,
Glenngary
Glenngary
Glen
Glen
Ross.
Ross a a fuck man a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's good. I think what it's most like what I think the most outstanding thing about it is it's his screenplay. But now knowing that there's a play, they probably took a lot from that play.
Yeah, I mean, was 12 Angry Men a play?
Huh?
Was 12 Angry Men a play?
I'm not
I
sure.
don't remember. I just it's the one scene setting. It keeps coming to my mind, and I'm like, I think 12 Angry Men was a play. It kind of makes sense if it was, but anyways, that doesn't much matter. I think I'm going to give Glengarry Glen Ross a little higher at an 8 out of 10. Again, I agree with Roll. There's not much to latch onto with these characters, but they're played by an incredible cast with an incredible story. Um, but it is somewhat a bit shallow.
It was a teleplay, Brad.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a teleplay. It was a play. Yeah. But yeah, I do feel that the characters are a bit shallow and not for like I said for a screenplay that has a lot like there. There's not like a lot to hold on to.
I think 20 minutes at it's one of those where I'm not taking away a minutes. I'm
Yeah,
actually adding minutes to it would have helped. I
yeah.
think.
It's where the screenplay is good, but the direction is kind of off.
Yeah.
Also, Brad, would you be surprised to know that this is the same director of the 50 Shades trilogy?
Really. That is. I would not have thought that.
Same guy.
Wow. Wow. You live long enough to become the villain.
Yep. Isn't that something, Brad?
That's yeah. What else has he made? Is that it? Is that all he's made? Glengarry Glen Ross, and then like 30 years later.
I mean, he's worked more, but like, oh, he did 12 episodes of House of Cards.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Well, I've heard good things about that show.
yeah, 50 Shades of Gray, 50 Shades Freed, 50 Shades Darker. Yeah. Well, he only did the sequels. He didn't do the 50 Shades of Gray. He did the sequels though.
I'm just
Um,
trying to look at this filmography and just see the
he
spacing.
did the Hannibal TV series. He did what's it called? An episode. He did 2 episodes of Billions. I love it when my dogs are being mean.
Hmm. I do like
He's
Billions.
he's developing a mini series on Reagan and Gorbachev. I think that's interesting.
That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting because I mean the dialogue in this movie is great. So it'd be.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about the 50 Shades thing going on, but hey,
yeah. He looks like he's
if you're trying just to adapt those books, you're probably failing anyway.
yeah. He's directed a lot of Madonna. What's it called? Music videos. All right, man. That's it. Thank you all so much for joining us, Brad. Uh, go ahead and read all it. Oh, well, hold on. I'm sorry. Wrong one. Go ahead and read that.
Okay, everybody, as you can see at the bottom of the scroller down there, you can find us first at our Patreon at patreon.com/nerdcore with tiers as low as $1. Starting at $1, you can get this episode early, like all our other Patreon supporters. You can visit us at thenerdcore.com, Twitter at the nerdcore underscore, Insta at the nerdcore, TikTok at the nerdcore, and yeah, um, come on,
Yeah, and if you're on YouTube, Brad.
at the nerdcore.
No, I mean as in if you're on YouTube, leave a like.
Oh, leave a like, follow, share, all those good things.
Jesus Christ, Brad. How long have we been doing this? You still can't memorize this shit?
You do all that. I don't do that.
Brad,
I
leave a
memorized the
like,
Shane.
subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell. And if you're on the audio side of things, please make sure that you the follow us and leave a 5-star review. All that
Yeah,
helps out
I
a
mean, look at
lot.
this man. This man's literally dying on the mic. You'll need to get us to 500 just for that.
Yeah, we need 4 more subs, guys. Um, and we would like to thank our patrons. They make it possible, especially
Thank
our
you guys.
wonderful executive producer Shane. Where can you find him, Brad?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/xsrk or Twitter at thriftedil or go buy something from the Suppy God at prisoncityvintage.com. Also, he'll be opening his second store, so congrats to Shane for that.
Congrats to Shane, man. Damn straight. Really happy for the guy. And we'll be back on Friday for our True Detective Night Country episode 4.
If Ro was in a coma.
Oh, episode 5 actually. Episode 5 review. And then Saturday, hopefully, we'll be doing Ted season 1 review. That should be quick and easy. Probably won't be more than 30 minutes.
Probably not. That shit's funny.
It was funny though. Yeah. But other than that, thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry, I'm dying. Brad sent him out.
All right, Raul, thank you for being host as all. Thank you for being host. Fuck it. Thank you for being host as always. Thank you to all those who join us in the chat in the future. Stacy didn't join us tonight, but we'll catch them later. Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, don't treat your staff like that, and don't treat people as just money bags. Young Yoda out. Now Raul can take his NyQuil.
Yeah, he was gonna get a Cadillac out of it.